Good evening, everyone. Welcome. That is way off. That's the better. All right. Welcome again. Hello, hello, hello. Tonight we're playing DC deck building game for the Solo Crisis League. This is for Season 9, Round 1. We finished up Round 3 the other day. We finished up Round 3 and Round 4 in the last couple days. We're going back to the beginning, finishing up Round 1, and then Round 2 is next. And then we all caught up with the Solo Crisis League. I was absent for a bit because I broke my hand. Still not 100%, but I'm doing my best, so that's working out, I think. Does this shuffling and playing cards and stuff is actually, I think, helping me kind of get some motions back, so that's really, really good. Regardless, we are playing Season 9, Round 1. This is, again, an all-stars season, so it's going to be the strongest characters, but I'm giving myself the challenge of playing the least played character as opposed to the one that I think is going to win the most. So our choices are Hawkman and Shazam. The number one chosen character back when this round was live was Hawkman, and that's totally right. That's what everyone should have done. He's just +1 power for each hero you play during your turn. A lot of strong heroes. Using Hawkman is an obvious, really strong choice. But I'm going to play Crisis Shazam, and I think there's going to be some value in him anyway. So when you buy, gain, or defeat a card of cost 7 or greater, you may put a card of cost 1 or greater from any player's discard pile onto the bottom of your deck. Now, any player means me. I'm the only person that can apply to, so I am that person. So cards that cost 7 or greater. There's not very many of them in the deck, but it's important to know that villains do count as a card of cost 7 or greater that you defeat, right? So that is how we're going to use that ability. Every time we get a villain, a super villain, or maybe a 7 or more cost from the lineup, we're going to try and do it when we have like a kick or something in the discard pile that we can throw down there and move on. So I'll buy some extra kicks, more than I usually do, in hopes of using them that way, just to try and increase that main deck size, kind of get those turns back. Get one card back basically for every supervillain, which is really, really cool. Another side note on that is I will not be going for the supervillain unless I have a discard pile, probably, just to get the maximum out of that. Hey, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Let's say, okay, there it is. It just showed up in my screen chat before it showed up in YouTube. That's very strange. Anyway, hey, thanks for checking it out. We're starting off with Season 9, Round 1 here. Going to do our third and final attempt. My second attempt got really messed up. I selected the wrong character. Supposed to do Crisis Red Tornado, and I played regular Red Tornado. And it was a totally different and wrong game, so I had to redo that whole game. But we're back. Crisis Shazam it is. I think we are all shuffled up here, and we'll get ready with Arkham Breakout and Ra's al Ghul in play. Impossible mode Ra's al Ghul. So what that means is Ra's al Ghul is going to add a card to the lineup whenever I don't buy one from the lineup. So normally we add one per turn. Ra's al Ghul makes it so that you add a second card if you don't buy something from the lineup during that turn. Arkham Breakout makes it so that whenever a villain with an attack enters the lineup, we have to take that attack, like Psycho Pirate here. That's going to attack us right away. Match as well, and not Hive Agent. Each foe reveals his hand and discards cards until he contains no duplicate cards. That's really terrible, because that's going to leave us with just a punch and vulnerability. Well, we can't really do anything with that. Match, gain control of each ongoing control card. There's nothing to gain. We're out there. I can't do anything of this. I guess I could use the 1 power to get rid of the Hive Agent, so we will do that. So we do avoid Ra's al Ghul, and we do clear something from the lineup. So that's very fortunate. That could have been much worse. New card comes out. 1, 2, 3, and 4 power. We're going to get Power of the Red, because that's most useful early game when you have all these starters anyway. I am happy that Match is out here, because Match does trigger Shazam's ability. Another Power of the Red, okay. 1, 2, 3 power. We're going to go ahead and buy a kick, because I'm thinking that once we get rid of Match, we're going to want those kicks, right? But besides that, we're going to, oh, you know what? Since we bought a kick and didn't buy something in the lineup, we do add a second card to the lineup, which is an attack again. Discard cards, so we owe no duplicates. That one hit me hard again. Might as well use Power of the Red on vulnerability to draw a new card. Get the 2 power at least We'll buy Arsenal just to avoid Ra's al Ghul's attack, and probably use it when we get rid of Match or something for Shazam's ability. So that Psycho Pirate attack is really hitting me hard. Need to try and avoid that. We use Power of the Red on this vulnerability. Drawing a new card. Okay. 2, 3, 4, and 5. We'll get Cloak of Raven. It's only +2 for now, but in the future, it'll be worth more. Actually, I guess if we have it at the same time as a kick, that'll be good too. Flight for a defense, that would be nice. 1, 2, 3 power. We'll get Flight for the defense for 1, but also to not get hit by Ra's al Ghul. I was thinking I really wanted a kick, but I don't really have that option right now because if I get those, I think those are the only 2 copies of Psycho Pirate, but there's still other attacks I don't really want to have to take. Bumblebee. All right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 power because of kick. Now I could take Match, but it has to come from my discard pile, and I don't have one, so I'm not going to do that because that'd be a real waste. With the 7, though, we'll go ahead and get Captain Atom, because pretty much early game's the only time I like him. Late game, I really don't. New card comes out, John Constantine. Good to see him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. John Constantine is the way, the only way. Next card. We use Power of the Red on these 2 vulnerabilities and Arsenal. You know what? Just the whole deck. All 4 cards and draw 4 new cards. We'll see if that works out for us, but that's what we're trying. John Constantine. Look at these 2. We will draw Arsenal. I'm actually going to... You know what? Yeah, we'll just draw Arsenal and destroy the punch. 2, 3 power. We'll use that to get Aqualad and move on. I was thinking, you know, get rid of the that bad where's that blue card? Yeah, Arsenal, but getting rid of a punch is just as useful, and doing so allows Arsenal to be used with Shazam's ability if possible. All right, the Rot is out. Can gain a card of cost 4 or less in the lineup and put it into any player's hand. We'll take the Rot, sure. Put it in our hand, put it down. 1, 2. Vulnerability triggers the Rot to draw a card. 3, 4, 5. We'll go ahead and get Bumblebee and a kick. Just trying to drown out those starters of some other cards. And also give myself some options for when we start using Shazam's ability. I'm already seeing the problem though, where I could have gotten rid of Match earlier, and I didn't because I wanted to use Shazam's ability instead. But I didn't have a discard pile at the time, so it can be a real balancing act that way. Vulnerability triggers the Rot to draw a card. We'll get Bumblebee down, sure. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm just going to discard Bumblebee right away to get to 5 and say hello to John Constantine again. 2 John Constantines in our deck are going to clear out those starters really quickly. New card comes out. We'll start with John Constantine looking at these 2. Man, again? I guess we'll draw Arsenal and destroy another punch. And then we'll use Vulnerability, which triggers the Rot to draw a card. We'll use Power of the Red on Arsenal and Punch to draw 2 more cards. All right, so that's a total of 0 power there, but 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 power. We'll use that to get rid of Match, which we can then use to put a card at the bottom of the main deck. We're just going to put Arsenal at the bottom of the main deck. All right, so we have 1 power and I can gain something of 4 or less from the lineup, we'll go ahead and just... Or I can go to 3 power. It doesn't matter. We'll still just get flight. Oh, and it goes in our hand, sorry, which is a 2 power, which we can't do anything with anyway. So never mind that. Never mind that. Still have to get rid of these villains, though, but we got to use Shazam's ability for the first time. Added 1 card to the lineup. 1 card to the main deck, I mean. All right, John Constantine, looking at these 2 cards. We'll draw Captain Atom, destroy this vulnerability. Play a vulnerability, triggering the Rot to draw a card. Go ahead and put Aqualad down. Power of the Red will discard a punch and draw a new card. Another vulnerability. Oh well. 2. And I can gain a card of cost 4 or less. I guess we'll gain Power of the Red. Use that on the vulnerability we have to draw a new card. 3 power. I'm still going to get Colony Suit. I tried. Tried to get around it. I do really want to get rid of these Psycho Pirates. They're stopping me from taking on Arkham Breakout. Plasmus. Okay. John Constantine. We'll draw a kick, destroy a punch. Get this ongoing card down, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for each different one. So 7, 8 power. That's enough to get rid of Psycho Pirate and get rid of Plasmus. That feels good. That feels real good. So we destroyed a punch, got rid of 2 villains. That's an eventful turn. New card comes out. Let's see. Vulnerability is going to trigger the Rot to draw a card. John Constantine is up. Look at these 2. Ooh, we'll draw Kick and leave defense there. Use Power of the Red to discard all 3 punches and draw 3 more cards. We tried. No power so far. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll discard Bumblebee to get to 5 so we can get rid of Psycho Pirate. Alright, so all the villains are gone. That means Arkham Breakout is on the table here. Something we can actually take care of, but we need 5 cards with different names here, which we got. New card, don't be a villain. Not a villain. So we'll discard our hand of 5 cards with different names and end our first crisis. No more Arkham Breakout. Now, since in that process we did not buy a card from the lineup, we do have to add 2 cards to the lineup because of Ra's al Ghul. Ra's al Ghul. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. New card coming out. Second card coming out. Magic. Okay. John Constantine's going to look at these 2 cards. We'll get Colony Suit in our hand, and we'll leave Kick behind. Right? Yeah, that's better. We'll get Bumblebee down. Get a card of cost 4 or less from the lineup and put it into your hand. Sure, we'll go ahead and take Energy Absorption, draw a card. I may destroy a card in my hand. We're not going to destroy a card here. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Discard Bumblebee to get to 9. 10. We can discard Aqualad to get to 11, 12. Using that 12 to say goodbye to Ra's al Ghul and goodbye to Zookeeper. Now, since we got rid of Ra's al Ghul, we can put a card at the bottom of the main deck from our discard pile. We're gonna put Bumblebee down there. I know it's sad to see her go, but we got to put something down there to make it worth it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm just trying to catch up, and it's much faster for me to catch up in this than it is at Marvel Champions, because I am much slower at Marvel Champions, and I have to build decks and stuff, so I'll catch up with that eventually. I just want to catch up with the DC deck building game live, so that I'm playing at the same time as the league again. Trying, at least. Okay. So we have a new crisis and villain coming, no defense cards. Let's see what happens. It is Atlantis attacks. At the start of your turn, resolve all villain attacks in the lineup against you. If there are no attacks, add the top card of the main deck to the lineup. Each player must discard 3 non-starter cards with different card types. That's hard. That can be hard. All right, new villain. Lex Luthor. This attack cannot be avoided. Each player gains X weaknesses where X is equal to the highest VP among cards in your hand. That's 1 weakness. I can live with that because there is a lot of destruction in our deck. 1 card comes out. It's Garfield Logan, which is nice. But there's no attack cards. That's another card that's come out because of Atlantis attacks. We're going to play this vulnerability to trigger the Rot. We'll play Power of the Red to discard both punches and the other Power of the Red to draw 3 cards. John Constantine looks at this. Oh, sorry, next 2 cards. We'll destroy the vulnerability, draw the punch. Totaling up, we've got... Oh, you know what? I could have used John Constantine to get rid of Atlantis attacks. I totally forgot. 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to buy Garfield Logan, so I have another hero floating around. Because I will often forget that John Constantine is going to be needed for this. Because I just want to use him so bad. All right, new card comes out. Still no villain attack, so a second card gets added. Now we have to get rid of Mammoth before we can get rid of Atlantis attacks. All right, let's use Energy Absorption to draw a card, and then we may destroy one in our hand. We'll destroy the punch we just drew. That's the fastest way there. I gotta get rid of Mammoth. I can't just leave it there because we can't get rid of Atlantis attacks while Mammoth is out there. What's the quickest way to do that? I guess we'll use Colony Suit, discarding this to get the 3 power. Ah, 4 or 5. At least Mammoth is gone. I guess we'll try John Constantine to see what happens. Ooh, we'll take Garfield Logan and destroy this weakness. Now we have a hero and an equipment, but no superpower. And no way to get one in our hand, unfortunately. Once turn each of your... Oh, it's an ongoing card. I won't play it then, because I don't want it stuck down there. All right, 2, 3, 4 power. I'm going to get Magic Bracers, because I could really use an extra defense. The good news is we did just discard that starter card. No villain attack, so a second card comes out. I mean, we did just discard that location card, so it's another card type we could use for Atlantis attacks if need be. Gonna use Power of the Red to discard Vulnerability and Kick. I'm sorry, and Flight to draw 2 cards. Oh wait, another Mammoth came out. What am I doing? I'm in no place to do what I want to do here. So Aqualad's here. I guess we'll get 2, 3, 4, 5 power. Say goodbye to Mammoth. And we're just kind of stuck in this loop as long as villains keep coming out. All right, new villain comes out. Oh, sorry, new card comes out. It's no villain, so new card. Another villain. All right, we're going to spend both punches for 2 power to get rid of Gizmo because he can't use starters towards Atlantis attacks. You know what? No, go back. We're going to use Power of the Red to discard both punches and draw 2 cards in the hopes that we get something else that can get rid of that can get rid of Gizmo and get rid of Atlantis attacks afterwards. So we're going to draw 2 cards. All right, we're there, but we have to get rid of Gizmo first. We got to use John Constantine. It's the only way. Guess it doesn't really matter, does it? It's not going to change anything. We'll leave this here. Yeah, I still can't get rid of Gizmo. Gain a card that costs 4 or less in the lineup and then put it into any player's hand. So I can get something into my hand, which I could get Quiver of Arrows. But that's not going to do it. Actually, hold on. No, it's still not going to get me there. Nope, just shy. Well, 1, 2, that gets rid of Gizmo. Can use this to get Quiver of Arrows into my hand, but doesn't really help me. 1 power from Flight, move on. Alright, new card comes out. That's a villain attack. Each foe puts a location he controls into his discard pile. We don't control any, so we're good. But we do have to get rid of that villain now. We'll use Power of... we'll use John Constantine first. We'll get Kick into our hand. Leave Aqualad on top. 2. Come on, I'm just 1 short every turn. All right, 4 power here. Get rid of Killer Frost. Yeah, that's not going to get me there. 1, 2, nothing here. Next turn. I'm just keep getting 1 villain every turn. And it's just stopping it. So 1 card comes out, attacks. Each foe reveals its hand and discards each card with the same name as a card in the lineup. I don't own any of those cards, so that's the good news. The bad news is that it's Strife, which costs 3, and I can't get that. I can only generate 2 power this turn. All right. I'm not going to buy anything for 2 power. Got to get rid of Strife here. New card comes out, and Strife attacks. Each foe reveals his hand and discards each card with the same name as a card in the lineup. Nothing here like that. How can I do this? I guess we'll use Energy Absorption. Draw a card. I may destroy one in my hand. We'll destroy the punch. Play this to get to 2, 3 power. Buy Strife. Discard these 3 cards of different card types, location, equipment, hero, and finally end Atlantis attacks. What a strange round. I almost never had that kind of problem with Atlantis attacks. It must just frequently come out at a time when I have a strong enough deck that's not a problem, or just the villains don't line up just the way they did. Okay, I didn't think I was going to get through that. We're going to use Power of the Red here, and I'm going to discard this whole hand and get 4 new cards. I don't like it. John Constantine, look at these 2. We'll draw them. Flight. I'll leave Quiver of Arrows. No, we'll draw Quiver of Arrows and leave Flight there. All right. We already know what it is, so nothing for that. 1, 2 power. Move on. New card comes out. It's a villain. That's fine. We can live with that. John Constantine. All right, before we do that, Aqualad, discard this card to... You may discard this card from play. If you do, put a card of cost 5 or less from your discard pile on top of your deck. So we're going to use that to put a card of our choice on top of our deck. I'm going to make that this vulnerability. We're going to put a vulnerability on top of our deck on purpose with the express goal of about to destroy it. Because now, it's reveal 2 cards, draw 1, and destroy the other, or leave it there. But that gives us a way to get rid of this vulnerability. Yep, we'll leave John... Actually, we'll put John Constantine in our hand. And destroy the vulnerability. Yep. John Constantine again. Draw a Cloak of Raven, destroy a punch. We're getting rid of those starters real quick. That's nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Just shy of what we need for Luthor, but enough to say goodbye to Cinderblock. Leaves us with 6. Let's go ahead and get Cassie Sandsmark. Move on. All right, new card comes out. Another villain. Let's use energy absorption, draw a card. I may destroy one in my hand. Nothing I want to destroy here. We'll get Aqualad down. We'll get Garfield Logan down. One, two, three. Discard this to get the 4/5 so we can say goodbye to Killer Frost. New card comes out. Get the Rot down. Quiver of Arrows looks at this. We will discard it. I'm going to use Power of the Red on these two cards to draw two new cards because they're terrible. One, two. We'll discard Aqualad to get to 3/4. We'll get a Kick and Acrobatic Agility. Basically just trying to fuel Shazam for the future. New card comes out. Oh man, this is not a great hand. John Constantine. Reveal these two. We'll draw a Cloak of Raven. And we'll leave Flight there. Energy Absorption. Draw a card. We may destroy one in our hand. We're good there. One. We'll put this in our hand, yes. 2, 3, we'll say Superpower. Ah, it's a starter. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Actually, hold on. Can I play this? Discard any number of cards and then draw that many cards. So we discard 0 cards and draw 0 cards. We still play Power of the Red. So now we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That beats Lex Luthor. Had to kind of not really waste Power of the Red, but convince the game that we actually used it, basically. We get to add a card to the bottom of the main deck. That's going to be a Kick. Say goodbye, Kick. Thank you, Shazam. You know, I'm wondering if his slower, or at least our slower deck, kind of needs Shazam, because otherwise that deck's just going to run out faster than others. Well, we've got Flight to defend, so that's good. Put the top 3 cards of the main deck in the lineup. 1, 2, 3. I'll put a 4th one in because there's one for the turn. Hero cards lose all text and have +1 power instead. Each player must destroy a hero in hand. That's unfortunate. Brainiac. We're going to defend with Flight. You may discard this card to avoid an attack. If you do, you may put a card from your discard pile on top of your deck. Okay. I'm going to put John. Is there anything over here I really want to get rid of by chance? Nope, we'll just put John Constantine on top of our deck. For next turn, you know, for future use. Alright, gotta get rid of Phobia. And I don't think we're going to with this hand. Because this is exactly what we need to get rid of Phobia. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because they lose all text. That's the end of Phobia. If that's the case, actually, since we defended, we could put any card on top of our deck. We're going to put a different card there. We're going to put Captain Atom there, because I don't like this card anyway. And then we'll use that next turn. 4 power gets rid of Phobia, and we move on to our next turn. Alright, hopefully this turn, we get rid of Legion of Doom. New card comes out. Okay, not a villain. Good. You can have Captain Atom. He's destroyed. Legion of Doom is over. Look at the top card. We may discard it. We'll leave you there. 1, ongoing, 2, 3. We'll get another Kick. I don't really want a ton of kicks. I just pretty much always want one in the discard pile for the case where Shazam actually gets to get rid of something. We're going to get Aqualad down. We use Power of the Red on Magic Bracers to draw a new card. Alright, 1 power. We'll use Garfield Logan. Once during each of your turns, choose a card type. The next card you play of that... the next card you play or discard this turn also has that card type this turn. All right, so 1, 2, and that's a superpower because of Garfield, but we'll discard Garfield to get to 3, 4, and then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 power. Not what we want for Brainiac, unfortunately, but we'll get rid of Mad Mod. Leaves us with 6. I'm going to go ahead and get Signature Trenchcoat. I know there's a few other options out there I really want, but I feel like it's time for Signature Trenchcoat. And then we're going to use Aqualad to put that on top of our deck. I'm going to start getting some villains. That's what I'm going to do. Time to start getting some villains from that destroyed pile. Make the villains work for us. All right. Signature Trenchcoat gets something from this destroyed pile, and there's a lot of stuff waiting in here. Mad Mod's not great. Nah. Killer Frost is alright. Cinderblock I do like. I do like Cinderblock. Ooh, but Mammoth and his awesome defense ability. Very tempting. Zookeeper and its constant defense. Even better. Zookeeper it is for now. We'll be back for more. We're not going to buy that second Signature Trenchcoat until we see Collapsing Parallel Worlds, though don't prepare to see that happen just yet. Energy Absorption draws a card. I may destroy one in my hand. We're good. We will use Power of the Red, though, to discard both of these cards and draw 2 new cards. John Constantine, look at these. John Constant, no, we'll draw Animal Man. We'll use Animal Man, say it's a hero, because it is. And then we'll use John Constantine again. We're at a total of only 2 power right now. We're drawing a lot. We have a draw-heavy deck. We'll draw draw Kick, leave Flight there. We're only at 2 power. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, not what we want to see for that. For that 8, though, we'll get Bow Staff and Magician's Corset. Those 2 are good options. Avatar of the Rot. That can be used with Shazam, so that's great news. We'll get Garfield Logan down, and we'll use Power of the Red on all 3 of these, drawing 3 new cards. Not better. 1, 2 for Garfield, we'll say that's a superpower. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that's good. Avatar of the Rot is gone, and then we can add a card to the bottom of the main deck. That's going to be a Kick. Thank you, Shazam. So I was glad I used that Power of the Red the way I did. Worked out really well. Zookeeper's on the board. Yes, need that constant ongoing. Aqualad's on the board. One power, and I'm not going to use... I guess I get the 2 power. And I could discard Garfield to get the 4. We'll discard the Rot to get the 4 power and buy Molecular Vibration. That's what I want to do. I didn't want to get rid of those ongoing cards. I wanted them out there for this next crisis, for this next round coming up here. New card comes out. Inertia, come on. Really going to throw that wrench in my works. I can still get villains without worrying about the villains in the lineup. I just prefer not to sometimes. When you do that, you're really setting yourself up for a more difficult next turn. Not destroying any of these. 2, 4. We'll use this to discard Acrobatic Agility. Draw a new card. We'll get the Rot down. So 2, 4, 5. If I discard an ongoing card, I can get to 7. We'll discard Garfield Logan. No, we'll discard the Rot again. That'll give us enough to get rid of Inertia. None of that villain. New card comes out. All right, now we're talking. Now I got something I can work with here. John Constantine, look at these 2 cards. We'll draw Flight and destroy this punch. We'll use the other John Constantine. We'll draw Molecular Vibration and leave Signature Trenchcoat, but use Animal Man and say it's an equipment, because it is. So we're at 2 power. We'll get Molecular Vibration down. 3, 4, 5, 6. Is there anything I can do here? I guess we'll take a bit of a chance. We'll use Aqualad to put Colony Suit on top of our deck. That's still not going to be enough. Well, we'll still use it. Molecular Vibration, draw a card. We're at 6 power. 7, discard Garfield Logan to get to 8, 9. I could only get to 11 with Signature Trenchcoat, so we will use them to just get a card from the destroyed pile. And then we have 9 power to spend. Can't gain those. Also not an option. I like Mammoths. I like Cinderblock. I like Plasmus. We'll get one of these Mammoths. And then we had 9 power. We'll get Cassie Sandsmark again. No, you know what? We'll get Demonic Summer Influence, because we are starting to get some villains in our deck, and we're going to continue to keep doing that. So that will only get more valuable. Especially with Zookeeper in play. Man, what a terrible hand. Okay. You know what? I don't want to use that. I really don't. We're going to use Power of the Red to discard 2 cards here. Drawing 2 cards. All right, here's better. Magician's Course to draw a card, so that's 1 power. Draw a card. I'm not going to destroy anything. 2, 3, 4, 5, and +1 for each superpower. So that's 6, 7, 8, 9, +1 for each equipment. 10, 11, 12. That beats Brainiac. Just barely, but just enough for me. I'm happy with that. We've got Zookeeper for defense purposes. We're doing good. I like where this turn went. Oh, we can put we didn't have anything in the discard pile. That's okay. That's fine. I know I said earlier I wasn't going to do that, but I didn't know that the game would go this way. So we can't use Shazam's ability on that villain, basically, but things have been falling behind. I don't really want to push it further. Collapsing Parallel World. This is where we want Signature Trenchcoat. Each player places all cards he buys or gains from the lineup under this crisis. Once there's 10 cards here, we delete our discard pile and our deck, and those 10 cards become our new deck. Fortunately, any cards we play that turn, we do get to keep because they're not in our discard pile yet. But yeah, that's how we do it. New villain. Black Manta. Each player puts all equipment from his hand into the lineup. I don't have to defend because there are no equipment in my hand. But we do have to get rid of these. But that's fine because those are perfect cards to give the Collapsing Parallel Worlds. I'm going to start with Power of the Red, discarding all 4 of these cards and drawing 4 more. Is there anything in our deck that costs more than 5? Because I can only get cards back from the destroy pile that cost 5 or less. So anything that's 6 or more, we can't get back. So I do want to make sure we get to keep those if possible. And then we end up with just 2 power this turn, but we'll just put Shapeshift down there and call it a turn. New card comes out. All right, there's no villain out there, so we'll get the Rot down. Then say 2, Garfield's down. 3, 4, look at the top card. We may discard it. We'll leave it there. Use Molecular Vibration to draw it, though. Draw 2 cards. We'll put Animal Man in our hand. Leave Colony Suit. 5, 6, it's an equipment. 7, discard Zookeeper to get to 8, 9 power. That's better. We'll get Signature Trenchcoat, leaving us with 5 power. And we'll use that 5 to get Azeroth and Metreon Zinthos. All right, that's good. That's really good. That's a great ongoing card. Look at the ongoing cards that we just played back in our hand really quickly. I'm not worried about that in the slightest. But soon we're going to want to stop doing that and just keep them. John Constantine, look at this. We'll draw Energy Absorption, leave this here. Use Magician's Course to draw another card, which will stay down. 1 power. Draw a card. I may destroy one in my hand. We'll destroy this kick. Yeah, we'll destroy the kick. Still at 1 power. 2, 3, 4, 5. Use that to get Cassie Sandsmark. New card comes out. Magic. John Constantine. Look at these 2 cards. We'll draw Bowstaff and leave Demonic Influence there. All right. We already know it's there, but we'll just play this, and we know what it is. Superpower, blah, blah, blah. Put this ongoing molecular vibration out. 2, 3, discard the Rot to get the 4, 5, and then 6, 7, plus 1 for equipment. 8, 9, 10 power. That's good. We'll go ahead and get... we'll get Animal Man and Bowstaff. Nah, we'll get Silent Armor and Bowstaff just to get the most for our money. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 power here. 6 cards, I mean. So we have 4 left. So it's definitely time to stop playing ongoing cards. Start putting them down. These are all cards I could get back. I'm going to use Power of the Red to discard Flight. Draw a new card. Okay. 2 power, we'll say superpower, which it is. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, 9, plus 1 for superpowers. 10, 11, 12, 12 power. That's enough to say goodbye to Animal Man. I guess we'll get Magic. I think that's all we can do, right? Because that's 9. We had 12. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards there. So only 2 more to go. Gotta start saving those ongoing cards so they don't end up gone. And we can save the rest of the deck just fine. New card comes out. Jericho. What a terrible card. Okay. Magician's Course to draw a card. 2. Discard Acrobatics, draw a card. 4, 5, 6. We'll say superpower. It is. 7, 8, 9, and 10, 11, 12 power. We'll get the other copy of Magic, leaving us with 7. And we'll get 1, 2, I guess we'll get Power of the Red, but that is 10 now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's that. That is the end of Collapsing Parallel Worlds for what it's worth. These are all destroyed. There are some good cards in here we're going to get back. Just give it some time, right? Oops. Where was it? That's it. That's our 10. So this is our new discard pile. New deck, I mean. Okay, new card comes out. Of course it's an equipment. Of course. Signature Trench Coat will start there, and I'm going to use it to get the other Signature Trench Coat so we can just double down on that. We'll use Power of the Red and discard all 3 cards to draw 3 new cards. Say 2 power. I'm going to say equipment. It is. Draw a card. Put Azarath down. And we're going to say it's an equipment because of Garfield Logan. And then, so we're at 2 power. 3, that counts as an equipment. And then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We said this was an equipment, so that's 9. Still not enough, but we'll get Colony Suit, and we'll get 1 kick. You know, let's make that 2 kicks. Right? We had 9, and then yeah, we can get that. We can get all those. Okay. New card comes out. It's a villain. That's fine. It's fine. All right, draw a card for Magician's Corset. That's 1 power. Draw a card for Silent Armor. That's another power. Sorry, not another power, so just 1 power. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If we discard an ongoing card, though, we'll get to 11. Yeah, we'll discard Aqualad to get to 11, which is enough to say goodbye to black mana, and we'll move on. We've got Zookeeper as a defense, and we can just take care of this next one. Let's see what it is. Identity Crisis. Oh, wait, no, before we do that. Oh, we couldn't, again, we beat the villain. We had no discard pile at the time, so we can't use that ability. Each hero flips over his hero. Players cannot avoid supervillain's first appearance attack. Each player must discard +6 power worth of cards from their hand, then flip your superhero face up. It's actually pretty tough sometimes. Atrocitus. Each player puts his hand under his superhero. If you avoid this attack, blah, 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 blah. We can't avoid the attack, so that just is gone. So a new card comes out for the turn. We play nothing, and then another card comes out. We get another hand. Gotta get rid of these villains. All right, we're going to start with Signature Trenchcoat, getting something from this destroyed pile. Let's get another copy of Cassie Sandsmark. Or do I want a villain? Or Cinderblock? No, yeah, we'll keep Cassie Sandsmark. I like that one. We get 3 power from Bsae. We'll use that to get rid of Plasmus, leaving us with 1 power. 2 power. And I'm going to use Power of the Red to destroy Bowstaff. That's enough power now to get rid of Shimmer. I'm sorry, I meant to use magic to destroy Bowstaff, not use Power of the Red to destroy Bowstaff. That would have been confusing. All right. We're at 2 power then. I'll use Molecular Vibration to draw a card. 3, 4, we'll say Equipment. Nope. But we'll buy Cybernetic Enhancements and move on. I really want Bowstaff back. I like that card quite a bit. New card comes out. We will use Power of the Red now to discard 2 cards and draw 2 cards. Get a card from the destroyed pile. There we go. We have to discard 6 power. That's 2, 4, 6 discarded, ending Identity. Wrong button. Identity Crisis is defeated, though. So that's the good news. You have to now get Atrocitus, though, before we get our cards back. We'll get Molecular Vibration down. We'll draw a card. We'll say it's an equipment. We'll draw a card. All right, so we're still at 2 power. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Destroy this kick to get to 12. We'll use that to get rid of Atrocitus, which puts these into our discard pile. And then after we beat any villain or whatever over that cost, we can put a card at the bottom of the main deck. I'm going to put a Power of the Red at the bottom of the main deck because I'm tired of seeing that card. It's coming up at all the wrong times. Too many of them floating around. All right, that's good news. We got to add a card, got rid of the villain, got rid of the crisis all in one turn. Zookeeper's still in play. And I think we've already seen the only unblockable villain, even though we have a defense in our hand. So our new crisis is Dimension Shift. Put the top 3 cards of the main deck in the lineup. That's 1, 2, and 3. All cards in the lineup cost 2 more to buy. To beat, each player reveals the top card of his deck. If any player reveals a card of cost exactly 2, remove this crisis. Alright, new villain is Deathstroke. We will defend with Mammoth. You may discard this card to avoid an attack. If you do, draw 2 cards, and I may destroy a starter. Don't have any starters, though, so that's fine. So everything cost exactly 2 more. Well, we got Bsae here for 3 power with Gizmo. 4/5, let's say it's an equipment. It is. We'll get rid of Gizmo, leaving us with 1 power. Is there anything I can do to control this? I don't think I have any way, so I won't try and do something crazy. We'll go 2, 3, discard 0. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 power. Definitely buy Flight for 2. Definitely buy Solstice for 2. For 4 each, actually. Sorry. 12 minus 8 is 4 power left over. Don't have enough for Cybernetic Enhancement, so that's okay. Whole point there was just to get those 2 cost cards, so Dimension Shift could end. Oh, before we try and beat the end of the turn, does this cost 2? It does not. New card comes out. All right, Dimension Shift. How do you want to handle this? Guess Magician's Corset. Cost 3. Draw a card for Silent Armor. Cost 4. There's kind of gambling. 2 power, we'll say it's a equipment. It is not, but it is a superpower that costs 2. So since there's no villains, we'll look at the top card. Do you cost 2? It does. And that ends... I'll get these buttons someday. That ends Dimension Shift. That is the end of that. Okay. So we're at 2 power. We'll get a card from the destroyed pile. I want another copy of Bsae. We'll get another card from the destroyed pile. I think I want another Mammoth. That's a great defense card. Still only 2 power. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 power. We'll discard Azeroth Metreon Zinthos to put a 4 or less cost card in my hand. We'll get to 10 power of Solstice and we can draw a card. 11 power. We'll use Molecular Vibration to draw another card. 12, 13. Okay, that's the end of Deathstroke, and we bought Cybernetic Enhancement, so that is a great turn. We still have Zookeeper for defense. I think, did we get the second copy of Mammoth? So we have 2 of those now, if I remember correctly. I'm feeling much happier with this deck than I was 4 turns ago. Oh, before we end our turn, we can add a card to the bottom of the deck. Forgot about that. Yeah, we've got a kick we can add down there. Perfect. Perfect. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. No defense in hand, but we do have Zookeeper. Untouchable villain. At the start of your turn, put the top card of the main deck into the lineup. If it's not a villain, discard a card. Each player must destroy 8 cost worth of cards in hand. Okay. The Joker, which is slightly different in solo, but you know what? Doesn't matter because we're just going to defend with Zookeeper. So that's over. New card for the turn, and then for a crisis we add a card. It's not a villain, so we have to discard a card. I'll discard a Cybernetic Enhancement. To beat this, we have to destroy 8 costs worth of cards. We're going to destroy Magic, and cybernetic enhancements, and we're going to get that back. You know what? Magic and Aqualad, actually. No, magic and cybernetic enhancements. We'll get it back quicker. I'll be more motivated to get that back quicker. So that's actually the end of Untouchable Villain already. Then we'll get Aqualad down. We'll use that to put cybernetic enhancements on top of our deck. Oh wait, no. We'll use it to put Zookeeper on top of our deck so we can just get it back. Yeah, and we'll use Animal Man and say Villain. 2, Villain, put it down, move on. Use our 2 power to get a Flight, and that's about it. All right, new card comes out. Not great. Not too happy with this hand. 2. We're going to say this is an equipment due to Garfield Logan, but we're not going to discard anything. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then I don't have to use magic on anything. So Joker's over. And we can add a card to the bottom of the deck. I'm going to move that Flight we just got down there. And we're already on to the next turn. Keep it going. New Crisis. Final countdown. At the start of your turn, put a card of cost 1 or greater from your hand into the lineup. Your team must destroy cards of cost 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and 2 in the lineup. So we've got a bunch of 3s, a couple 4s, a 5. All right, so we got 3, 4, and 5. We need 2, 6, and 7. Our new villain is Captain Cold. We will defend with Zookeeper and just move on. So we have to add a card to the lineup. We'll add... I guess we'll add Colony Suit for now. But I don't want that to be the case. I want to keep that card. Signature Trenchcoat gets Cybernetic Enhancement back. Molecular Vibration hits the board. Oh, we're going to say that is a superpower via Garfield Logan. 2 power, we'll say superpower. It is. 3 power. And then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 power. Definitely get New Titan's Tower. 3 power left over. We'll get Detonator, but I'm not foreseeing a lot of use for it. Most of the time, it's just going to be used to get to discard for some other cards, like Colony Suit when we get that back. New card comes out. It is a cost 6. That's great news. Get a card from the destroyed pile. We're going to get Flight back because that's a cost 2 card that's easier to destroy. Yeah, Flight can come on back. We have to add a card to the lineup. We forgot to do that. We'll add this Kick. Who wants that? All right, so 2, 4, 6. I'm going to get House of Mystery for 4. Move on. New card comes out. Is a cost 5. Got to add a card. We're going to add Solstice here. Azeroth Metreon Zinthos goes down. Draw a card. Draw another card. Get a card from that destroyed pile, huh? Let's get the Rot back. We might have some weaknesses later. So we're still at 1 power. 2, 3. We'll get Colony Suit back, because that one's actually pretty useful. Got to get Mammoth gone, but we still need a 7 cost card anyway, so it's not a huge issue right now. We'll add Detonator back. We'll get House of Mystery down. Zookeeper down. 3 power from this. Bow Staff. 4, 5 from Animal Man. We'll say it's a superpower. It is not. But with 5 power, we'll get rid of Mammoth and move on. All right. New card comes out. We have to add a card from our hand. Ooh, that's a 7. I don't really want to destroy that one, but we might have to. We'll add Power of the Red. Gotta get rid of Mad Mod, but after that's gone, we might be able to just end this. First off, we're going to say Animal Man, and we're going to say because of Garfield Logan that he is an equipment, and we're going to say that this card's an equipment. It is not. 2 power. And 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Use that to get rid of Mad Mod. Leaves us with 4 power. Then we're going to destroy these cards. So we had 7. We have 4 power left over. That is the end of Final Countdown. We're going to say 5, 6. We're not going to go for the destroy pile. We're just going to get the 2 power. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And that triggers House of Mystery to draw a card. 12 power. Goodbye, Captain Cold. 2 power left over, but nothing we're going to do with that. But since we bought him, we can put a card at the bottom of the deck. We're going to put this Flight down there, I think. Or the Rot. Let's put the Rot down there. We're not going to need that. You know what? No. Go back. I'm sorry. I just saw I have 2 flights. I don't need that many flights. We don't really need that many defense cards when we have Zookeeper. I'd rather have the other ones. All right. So yeah, flights at the bottom. All right, we've got Mammoth in our hand. That's great news. Our new crisis is alternate reality. At the start of your turn, destroy all heroes in your hand. Gain that many random villains from the destroyed pile. Put them into your hand. Your team must destroy 12 cost worth of heroes in discard piles. Parallax. Each player reveals his hand and discards all cards that cost 3 or less. We are going to discard Mammoth and draw 2 cards. All right, so new card comes out. Because of alternate reality, we have to destroy Aqualad in our hand and gain a random villain from the destroyed pile. It's time to shuffle this pile up and get a random villain. Hoping it's like Inertia. Inertia would be a really good one. But, you know, it'd also be nice just to get Rise of the Rot or some other random 7-cost one like Match. All right, so villain. Nope, villain. Ooh, Psycho Pirate. Gross. Gross. All right, so we need to destroy 12 cost worth of heroes in our discard pile, right? New Titans Tower is down. It's our first ongoing card, so we can draw a card. We'll go ahead and use... Yep. Cybernetic Enhancement, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 power. We'll get Jericho with that, leaving us with 3 power. 4, 5, we'll get Bunker, leaving us with 1 power. 2, 3, 4, get Hawk and Dove, leaving us with 0 power. And now I might have what I need. So I need to get rid of 12 cost worth of heroes. Oh, you know what? Mammoth would have triggered House of Mystery to draw a card. So we draw another card. It's okay. We didn't get there, but that's okay. Now, what are we at in these heroes here? We need to get rid of 12 cost, huh? Well, definitely Jericho. That's 3 of it, so we need to get rid of 9 more. I can sacrifice Hawk and Dove, so that's 5 more. I guess we'll get rid of a Cassie Sandsmark, and we'll get her back later. So that is the end. Alternate reality is already over. We're at 0 power. 2 power. 3, 4, 5, and 6 power. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 power. Use Molecular Vibration to draw a card. And then we'll use Azarath Metreon Zinthos to put a card of cost 4 or less back into my hand. What do we want to do here? We're going to put Bunker into my hand. So we're at 11 power. We have Bunker. What can we do? Oh, you know what? I've already got an answer, actually. I'm going to use Magic on Psycho Pirate, because I hate that card. That's 12, 13 power. That's enough to get rid of Parallax, so that's good. We will still use Bunker, though, looking at these 3 cards. Putting one of each type in our hand. We'll leave Cybernetic Enhancement. 2 will say it's a superpower, even though we know it's not. And then we'll get a card from the Destroy pile. What do we want from that destroyed pile? Probably get Cassie Sandsmark back. Ending this particular set of this particular Crisis villain matchup, whatever. Oh, and we can, since we bought him, we can put a card at the bottom of the main deck. But I think we played all these cards this turn. But we bought him before. Yeah, we bought him before we shuffled. So actually, I'm going to shuffle again after we look at this. And we'll put Flight down there? Nah. We'll put the Rot down there, I think. Ooh, no, Silent Armor? Yeah, we'll put Silent Armor down there. Technically, that would have been in my discard pile. I just forgot that I had to do that step, so I'm not really missing anything. Just gotta shuffle it up again to make it fair. Okay. We still have Zookeeper here, so that's the good news. New crisis is World Domination. At the start of your turn, resolve the current supervillain's first appearance attack against you. If it doesn't have one, discard a random card instead. Each player must destroy the top card of their deck. Remove this crisis only if that card is cost 1 or greater. Well, all my cards are cost 1 or greater, so that's not a problem. Dark Side. Put each superpower from our hand into the lineup. We will defend the Zookeeper. New card comes out. And then to beat World Domination, it is Animal Man we destroy, ending World Domination very, very quickly. We'll get the Rot down here. Corset draws a card. That also triggers House of Mystery to draw another card. Molecular Vibration is down. Oh, we forgot New Titan's Tower when we put the Rot down to draw another card. Azarath Metreon Zinthos. All right, we're at 1, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 power. 8, 9, 10, 11. We'll discard the Rot to get the 12, 13. That'll get rid of Dark Side, leaving us with 3. We have to put something at the bottom of our deck. We'll say that we bought a kick before, and then we'll put that kick straight down. Yeah, that works. That's working. I need to start buying some more kicks, though. I need to get some expendable stuff. All right. Hold on a second. Just got to check something. I'll check that later. Okay. Let's see how we're doing here. Just a few villains left. We're really almost there, honestly. This deck's in a great place. It's honestly, the biggest thing is remembering to use Shazam's ability. That's what's holding me up the most. Rise of the Rot. At the start of your turn, gain a weakness unless you reveal one from your hand. Each player must discard a weakness card. Also remove this crisis if the weakness stack runs out. All right. Hades. Each player puts the top 2 cards of the main deck into the lineup. Gain weaknesses equal to the cost of one of those cards. We're actually going to go ahead and just do that. We'll gain those. No, I'm not going to do that. What am I talking about? No, we can just defend. Just defend. Draw 2 cards. We'll get weaknesses. It's not going to be a problem. We gain 1 because of Rise of the Rot. New card comes out for the turn. Yeah, because we got Azarath, Metreon, Zinthos. This isn't going to be a problem. We'll go ahead and start with Bowstaff getting 3 power by strife of that. Then we'll get Cybernetic Enhancement going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 power. Use this to get weakness into my hand. Discard it to beat Rise of the Rock. Yeah, 5 power. We can get a card from the destroyed pile. I want to get a destruction card to deal with that. So I think what I'm going to get, I really want, it's not Starbolt. It's the equivalent, though, basically. Energy Absorption, that's what it was. The other Starfire ability. We're at 5 power. 6, 7, because of Garfield Logan, we're going to say that is a superpower. And then discard Garfield Logan to get to 8, 9. And then 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 power by Hades, leaving us with 2 power. Then we can put a card at the bottom of the deck. I don't really want to put any of these down there. Let's go back. Let's not buy Hades. We have 14 power. We'll use Molecular Vibration to draw a card. 15, 16, buy a kick. Then buy Hades, because we'll have 13 power. And then he's gone. Then we put that kick at the bottom of the deck. All right. Just got to remember to keep those options in mind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just 2 villains and crises left, so not a problem. Our new crisis is Kryptonite Meteor. Put the top 3 cards of the main deck in the lineup. 1, 2, 3. Superpowers lose all text and have +1 power instead. Each player must destroy a superpower in his hand. New villain, Sinestro. Sinestro costs 3 more to defeat for each hero in the lineup. Each player must put all heroes from his hand into the lineup. Oh, we can't defend, can we? So we have to put both of these out there. All right, new card for the turn. We're going to just destroy magic right away to end Kryptonite Meteor. So at least the crisis is over, but we do have to get the heroes back. We'll get the Rot Down, which triggers New Titan's Tower to draw a card. Magician's Corset draws another card, and then that triggers House of Mystery to draw another card. Zookeeper's down. And then it's 2 power. 3, 4, 5 power total. We're going to get Cassie Sandsmark back. Pretty obvious choice. New card comes out. Another hero. Darn. Okay. We'll use Bunker real quick to reveal 3 cards, put 1 of each type into our hand. They're all different types, so that's the good news. Buy as many heroes as possible. So we'll go with Cybernetic Enhancement, getting 1, 2, 3, 4 power. 5, let's not do that yet, actually. We're going to first off start with Mammoth, 2 power. Triggers House of Mystery to draw another card. Okay, now we can do this. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 12, and yeah, we'll use 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 power. Get Captain Cold Gear, bring us down to 13. We'll get Animal Man, bringing us down to 9, 5, 7. Still not enough over there, but we'll get Magic Bracers, and that brings us down to 5, and then Detonator, bringing us down to 2 power. No, put that back. Bring us so at 5 power. We'll get Lasso of Lightning, because that's a great card. Okay. We got a bunch of cards that turn in the hopes of just getting a cheap Sinestro. Or at least a more reasonable price Sinestro. Let's see what we can do here. Magician's Corset gets to draw a card. Now, that does cost 5 or more, so we get to draw a card for House of Mystery. We'll get 3 power from Bowstaff. Azarath Metreon Zinthos can go down. Do we have any destruction cards over here? No, but we do have this. So that's 3 power. 4 power. We're going to use Azarath Metreon Zinthos, and we're going to put Bunker in our hand. Take a chance on Bunker. They're all different types. Great. All right, draw a card. We may destroy one in our hand. That's the end of this weakness. So we're at 4 power. Molecular Vibration is down. We're going to say it's an equipment. Oh, wait, no, we're going to put Garfield Logan down. Then Molecular Vibration saying it's an equipment. Still at 4 power. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13. We'll discard the Rot to get the 14, 15. Cassie Sandsmark, it's 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, because we said that's an equipment. What's over here? What's in my discard pile? Oh, yeah, we bought a lot of junk. We'll get rid of Sinestro, leaving us with 12. And then with that ability, we'll put Solstice at the bottom of the deck. We'll get rid of Hive, leaving us with 11. We'll buy 1 Kick, leaving us with 8. And we'll get Detonator, leaving us with 5. Bunch of ongoing cards we can put out there, which is kind of the goal of what I was trying to go with. By getting a bunch of ongoing cards out there, we have cards we can give to Crises as needed, but also our deck can stay small because it's not actually even getting shuffled 3 most of the time. It just kind of stays out there. That being said, we've been very effective at using those ongoing cards. All right, here we go. Our new Crisis. Electromagnetic Pulse, put the top 3 cards in the main deck in the lineup. 1, 2, 3. We'll also do one for the turn. Vic Stones, great to see. Equipment cards lose all text and have +1 power instead. Each player must destroy an equipment in hand. That shouldn't be a problem. New villain is Crisis Anti-Monitor. Whenever a hero is added to the lineup, each player puts a weakness from the stack on top of their deck. Crisis Anti-Monitor costs 1 more to defeat for each card in the lineup. So the good news is that the last card was Magic Bracers. That was the one for the turn. This was already out there when he came out. But the bad news is that we do add 2 cards since we're playing for solo. Okay. We're going to say Azarath Metreon Zinthos is down. That's our first ongoing card, so we can draw a card. I think we just destroy Trenchcoat. I think we've got everything we need. So yeah, we'll destroy Signature Trenchcoat to end Electromagnetic Pulse. So that's the final Crisis defeated. What can we give? He needs superpowers. Okay, so we need 2 power for Garfield Logan. We're going to say that is a superpower. And then for New Titans, for House of Mystery, we get to draw a card. Bunker looks at these 3. We'll put Magician's Corset in our hand. Discard that. Kick goes in our hand. Okay, so we're still at 2 power. 3 power of another card drawn. Draw a card. I may destroy one in my hand. Ooh, we'll destroy Flight. So we're at 3 power. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 power. 10, 11, 12. We'll discard Zookeeper to get the 13, 14. 15, 16, +1 for superpowers, so that's 17, 18. We said this was 1, so that's 19, 20, 21. We'll then use Molecular Vibration to draw a card. 22, 23, 24, 25 power. I guess we'll just end it. I could keep going and try and get like a better score or something, but I think the main deck's exactly where we want it. So we'll buy this, use Shazam's ability to put a card at the bottom of the main deck. It'll be Detonator here. Get our one more card in that main deck score, and we will end this game. That was a nice, smooth game. That was really good. Once I had to I had to change the order of operations when I'm defeating a villain for using Shazam solo. But in doing so, let's see how many cards did we add to the bottom of the main deck. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 cards we add to the bottom of the main deck. That's awesome. That's really good. That's going to help our score quite a bit. And I'm really happy with that. So yeah, that's awesome. So thanks for watching. This is again for Solo Crisis League. Season 9's the all-star season, so we're playing some of the strongest heroes. I've just finished up round 1. I've already finished up round 3 and 4, and I'll be taking on round 2 next. So look out for that starting soon. If you're here because you're already part of the league, thank you for watching. If you're here because you're not sure what this is all about, this is for the Solo Crisis League. It's a semi-competitive way of playing the DC deck building game and its various Crisis expansions. A lot of fun. Check it out in the link below. If you want to support the videos or the league or whatever that brought you here tonight, feel free to check out the Etsy store where you can get things like the official league mat. And we also have stickers, pins, all that fun stuff as well. Stickers and pins are actually available within the Patreon as well. So depending on the level you're at, you'll get physical rewards after a few months. You'll also be able to get mid-round results, sneak peeks of upcoming rounds, members-only rounds between seasons, all sorts of good stuff. So fun, fun, fun all around. Check it out. There might be something there for you. That's all I've really got for tonight. I'm really happy that I'm catching up. I love the DC deck building game, and I'm finally catching up again in the league. That's exactly what I wanted after getting out of that cast after 4 weeks. So thank you for watching. Talk to you again soon. Bye.